right, Capricorn. Thank you so much for joining me for your June horoscope. As usual, you'll be getting your first reading followed by your fiercely focused spread to give you some nice concrete action steps to make the most of the month. I really can't believe it's already June. It's crazy. But no doubt, knowing you, Capricorn, you can look back on the last 6 months and see that you've learned some things, built some things, gotten to certainly a new level, is what Spirit just said. And we haven't even drawn cards yet, and Spirit's talking for you. And they're saying Capricorn because right away, it's like, okay, when you say that they've reached a new level, there are so many Capricorns out there that are like, no, I haven't, like, I suck, oh my god, and here we are, slow and steady, getting to your level. Don't beat yourself up, Capricorn. Many of you, wow, you've taken on a lot. You've taken on a lot and you've come further than you think. So a lot of you need to give yourself just a little bit more credit and have a little bit of patience with yourself, Capricorn. Okay, so let's see, June. What does June have in store for Capricorn? What does Capricorn most need to know or be aware of for their highest good in June 2017, Spirit? The month of June, next few weeks. What does Capricorn need to know? What can they get kind of a jump on? What are the potentials? What are the pitfalls? What can we be aware of for Capricorn for their highest good? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Wow. Interesting. Wow. Cups and cups and cups, Capricorn. Interesting. Okay. Capricorn, June 2017. June 2017. Whoa. Okay. It's a little heavy there, Capricorn. But not surprising for someone like you. Nothing is halfway with a Capricorn. Okay, so before we get started, I just want to say you probably noticed that I was turning these right side up if any of them came in upside down. So if you haven't been here before, Capricorn, I'm an intuitive reader, so I do not read cards coming in upside down as a muting necessarily or a negative version of the card. I pay attention to the impressions that I receive from Spirit, and if there's a perversion of the original meaning, I definitely do relay that to you. So I get some comments and questions about that and just want to let you know. Okay, so that said, let's dive in. June for Capricorn. Gosh, Capricorn, I could just be totally, it's sort of unfair because I could just be pulling this out of the Capricorn playbook, but you've got a lot on your plate in June. A lot. And I feel like you are kind of, one, trying to take care of or facilitate or defend against many. So some of you, it could be you're throwing your hat in the ring up against a lot of competition. And for some of you, it's like, oh my God, I have to keep all these people satisfied. I have to keep all these fires put out, or rather burning is what Spirit just said, especially showing me these smoldering wands on your back. The good news is, Capricorn, you've got this. You got to take it slow and steady. And that is usually your specialty. You've got to take it slow and steady, but I'm also really feeling, and of course your free will is always the most important thing, Capricorn. Tarot is not fatalistic. But I really feel like a couple things need to come off your plate. A couple of things are just like you have been having these circular or anxious thoughts about, and they just need to go. You need to clear your mind a little bit in order to know where you really want to go and where your time is best spent. So, although it can sound counterintuitive, especially to a busy and practical person like you, I really feel like you need some time out for reflection and meditation or prayer or journaling or whatever practice for you really lets you get quiet with yourself. I feel like you're throwing yourself in a lot of directions right now. You've got a lot of, like they said, you've got a lot of fires burning that you want to keep alive. And if you really want to have a good grip on this, if you really want to have the staying power and the longevity that you are definitely capable of having, you want to have a plan. You want to be coming from an empowered and steady place, especially because I do feel like June is bringing a shock and an ending. These are general readings, Capricorn, so I should preface everything by saying some of these messages will resonate more than others. And I also want you to hear the essence of the message. Completely hypothetical, if I were talking about the fact that I feel like you have a partner who is being deceitful with you. If you hear that and you know that your, partner, husband, wife is completely being honest and above board, or you don't even have a romantic partner, but you know that you have someone you've been working on a project with that you've been feeling is a little shady, I want you to hear the essence of the message and listen to your own intuition, which is the other part of the reason that I turn these figures upright, so that you can see and read and feel what you get from your reading. Okay, this is empowering tarot. This is about you being able to take better control of your life. And that if you like what you see, you capitalize on the momentum. And if you don't like what you see, you can pivot. Okay? And here's the thing. You've got great ideas. You've got great initiative. You've got great... You're willing to be humble. You're willing to be hardworking. I feel like some of you are feeling disrupted in June. I feel like some of you Capricorns are going to be getting messages that are very inconveniently timed. Like you are right in the middle of a big project or a big goal, and then all of a sudden something drops into your lap or, shows up in your inbox that just derails everything, because it's like, hey, we need your attention right over here, right now. Now on the heels of that, Spirit's also telling me that there's good news coming in as well, and there is love and there is celebration. But man, I feel like some of you Capricorns get really shocking news. Perhaps even, I want to use the word devastating for some of you. For some of you, it's like something has shaken apart, like whether you have to move all of a sudden, or a relationship dissolves, or something like that. I feel like there is a shocking ending coming in for some of you. And yet, Spirit really wants to reassure you that you're not going to be alone, that you are going to have people around you giving you assistance, people who really love you. I think it's been several times, Capricorn, that you've gotten this card of the Knight of Cups, like this sweetheart of a partner, again, whether that's in romance or if that is a good friend or someone that supports you in your work. There is somebody who is just offering you so much kindness, and it is like a balm to your soul when you're going through this tower, when you're having something kind of detonated around you and you're having to completely reassess where you are in your life. And okay, Spirit just said, for some of you, this is very welcome. Some of you are holding the big red button and you are detonating the tower. Like, I'm leaving this job, or I'm leaving this state, or I'm leaving this person. And you are the one calling the shot. And that may be why there's a celebration next to it, even though it's such a... Again, they're giving me the word disruptive, this disruptive card. And I feel like some of you, Spirit just said, have seen this coming. So Capricorn, you're savvy and you are very perceptive. A lot of you have been getting a sense that something was on the way, and I feel like, so some of you, this isn't going to be quite as shocking as it might normally be. Feeling in this particular reading, you're the King of Wands. You're the leader, Capricorn, and you tend to be confident, charismatic, creative. I need you to really step into that, especially in the face of this detonation, especially when you feel like all of a sudden things have changed. That's when you most need to know how capable you are. That's when you most need to know, hey, I didn't get to this point for nothing. If you had clear sailings, what is it they say? You know, smooth seas don't make good sailors. I probably butchered that quote, but you know what I'm saying. You would not be where you are if every situation you had encountered was, you know, silky, soft, and easy with no friction and no push. This is a push. Some of you are even being pushed right out of your nest, right out of your comfort zone, right out of a situation that needed to break down. So it's like, it's all, wow, like, okay. Spirit is pretty much saying now, it's like some of you are going to have been perceptive enough to see this coming, and some of you, the signs were there, but maybe you still didn't see it or you didn't want to see it. And I hope you don't take that as judgment from Spirit, because everything they say is said with love. And so if they're saying that, they're saying take this as an opportunity, if and when this thing strikes, to look back and say, okay, where was the cracking in the foundation that I didn't see? Not so that you can wallow in it, but so that you can go forward and having learned something from this, so that it will be a net positive, even if there was a negative to it. I'm very interested to see what your Fiercely Focused spread says in terms of the theme for your month. I feel like, Capricorn, you put an end to something in June, and I'm not saying this to sugarcoat or to make it sound better than it is. I feel like it needed to come to an end. I feel like Spirit is saying it's like the foundation is faulty. So if the job doesn't work out, or the relationship doesn't work out, or the initiative doesn't work out, this wasn't meant to be. And I also want to underline the fact that the Tower is not like, I need to switch gyms. The Tower is like, this relationship is not working, or this job is suffocating me and I've got to get out of here, or somebody evicting you. Like, it's like, what? Are you serious? My life is now completely flipped upside down, and oftentimes coming from the outside. Wow. I don't know if y'all just heard that, but thunder rumbled where I am. That was very precise. It was almost like I arranged that. I like thunderstorms myself, Capricorn, so I don't take that as an ominous thing. Storms feed the ground. Storms make things more fertile. Again, smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. You are learning something from this. And again, a lot of you are detonating this. And these are general, of course, Capricorn. So if this is raising any deep questions for you that you want to explore one-on-one, I have linked my shop below. But in the meantime, let's do your Fiercely Focused spread. Let's see what else Spirit has to say and what they have to give us in terms of action steps that you need to take in June to really make the most of it. Okay, and if you haven't been here before, Capricorn, I use a different deck, as you can see. And I first pull a card that is kind of the theme for your month, what you most need to be aware of or even embody to have the best time in June. And then I pull a card for the 4 different elements of your life: earth, air, water, fire. Meaning, you know, what's going on in the financial and the business, the job aspects of your life, what's going on in your mind, what are you talking and speaking about, what's going on in your relationships, and then what is lighting you up and like increasing your spiritual or creative drive. Okay. So let's see first, what is it that Capricorn most needs to know, understand, or embody in the month of June for their highest good, Spirit? Always and only for their highest good. What does Capricorn need to know in the month of June 2017? Wow. Same card, different deck. The Tower. So whenever I pull the Tower, I go ahead and pull a prescription card to get some insight into this. So what is it that's falling down, or what is it that's coming after the fall down? Wow. Wow. I like that, Capricorn. That's reassuring. And I think you'll find it reassuring because the Emperor is a pillar of strength. The Emperor is all about structure and discipline and building. So if the Tower came down and, just like Spirit said, the foundation was faulty, well, then you are going to take those fallen stones and you are going to build them into something that is stronger and something that is really truly yours. Wow. And that is what Spirit just said. is that was not your tower. This thing that falls down, that was not your tower. You are going to build what is yours. You are going to build your empire, Emperor. And that is so you, Capricorn. Build it from the ground up. Make it yours. Own it. Own the circumstances. Don't blame anybody. That's you. You take what you can. It's not about your resources. It's about your resourcefulness. And you are a resourceful motherfucker, Capricorn. You can build it into a bridge. You can build it into a wall. What do you want to do with the rubble of the cracked foundation, of the cracked tower that was not yours, that even if you don't know it yet, was only holding you back and keeping you trapped? And that is what Spirit is saying. Like, again, these are general, so I don't want to freak you out, Capricorn, and make you think that some of you are going to lose jobs that aren't. But for those of you that this is the last month or week that you have work, or that you suddenly get laid off or something like that, Spirit wants you to know you're being set free. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel like, oh, hooray, necessarily. But it is setting you up for something better. It is going to kick you into high gear. It may shove your back against the wall. And Capricorn, without being overly flirtatious, that's where you do some of your best work. All right? When your back is against the wall, you've got nowhere to go but forward. And forward motion is your damn specialty. You're a builder, Capricorn. You're a CEO. Be CEO of your life. Look at your life and say, what would I do if this was a company and I came in and said, you know what, this is not working. What is going on in this sector? Nothing. Like, this needs some work. This needs some work. We're going to come down here. We're going to take some more energy from this sector because that's not necessary. We're going to put it over here. Be strategic. You're going to do something great with the fallen rubble of your tower. Okay. So on that note, on that building note, let's look at what's going on in the physical aspect of your life when it comes to earthly things, money, resources, your career, opportunities. What does Capricorn most need to know for their highest good in the month of June? Okay. It's a little bit of a struggle in June, Capricorn. Some of you are going to feel like you don't have enough. And so that kind of underscores for those of you who might be losing jobs or who might just be struggling in your job, like this just does not pay enough. And for others of you, it's not a matter of not having enough money. It's that it's just so much work. It's like, okay, yes, my bills are paid, but I'm exhausted and I do nothing but work. I don't go out and play. I don't have time to read. I don't have time to this or that. I feel like there's a real tightening of your belt in June. And that Emperor being there, it's like, well, if you need to get a little bit frugal or you need to get a little bit more stringent with your schedule, the Emperor is going to help you with that. Okay? If like I said, be the CEO and come in and fix things. So it's like if you're overspending or overworking, those are sectors from which, like, okay, I'm going to take some energy from how much I'm working and move it over here. And I'm going to, make sure that I leave work 20 minutes earlier. And that's it. Even if that's it. Even if you're staying still an hour later, but you take those damn 20 minutes for yourself, it's a step. Okay, Capricorn? I feel like you're tightening your belt in June. And it's like you're putting in the work for the long haul. I don't feel like it's... I feel like it's temporary. And I feel like, again, the same way that they're saying you're going to build something out of the rubble, you learning how hard you can work and how much you can hold yourself to a higher standard even when you're under duress. Imagine how much easier it's going to be when you have all the resources and all the time that you need. This is temporary. So consider this, like Spirit was just showing me, like, so funny, but this is how they communicate with us, and whatever symbol they can find that you and I can both unite on and understand, like a universal language. They just told me about the fact that, if somebody is doing, oh gosh, I'm going to make up a number because I don't know your fitness level and you don't want to know mine. If I was doing 50 push-ups, and let's just say, like, I'm that's the most I've ever done in my life, like, ever. When I get to number 50, that is when I get the most gains. Not at the beginning when, like, okay, I still have plenty of energy, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. It's number 50 when my muscles are really screaming and tearing and getting ready to build back together again. And that's what Spirit is saying. That's how, when you work out, you tear your muscles and they knit themselves back together, and that's why they get harder, they get stronger, they get larger. This is your tower falling down. That is what Spirit was trying to get to with this long roundabout way of saying this hard work, you're lifting spiritual weights. Okay, Capricorn? You are, oh my God. Okay, I'm a nerd, Capricorn. Did you ever watch Dragon Ball Z? No, anybody? It's going to be like taking the weighted boots off, the weighted armor off. And suddenly, you were training in this weighted vest, you were training in these weighted boots, and then when it comes time to fight, we're going to take the weights off, and you're going to be like, holy shit, I am agile and strong as fuck. I had no idea. Take that as a huge, huge green light and a push and a clap on the back from Spirit, Capricorn. You've got great things to do. This is just the beginning. Okay. All right. Now let's look at what you're thinking. What are you thinking and speaking about? What's going on in your mental realm? What's in your mind? How are your thoughts in June? What does Capricorn need to think, speak about, or know about for their highest good in June? Wow. Man, Spirit is not pulling punches. Anxiety, and it's like they said with the 10 of Wands on your back and everything, you guys have so much on your mind right now. And if you can take things off your plate, Capricorn, please be a little ruthless and take some things off your plate, for goodness sake. I feel like this is a good month for you to institute a bedtime routine, because I'm feeling like trouble sleeping. I'm feeling trouble quieting the mind. So things like reading a book that is pure, fiction and pleasure right before bed will be really helpful. Meditation, if that is something that you're into or open to. Prayer and journaling, anything that really just puts your mind in not just a better state, but a blissful state. Even if you only achieve it for, 5 minutes a day, you need that little bit of buoyancy, Capricorn. You've got a lot on your mind, a lot on your plate in June. And I do feel like you're going to have help. And we'll see who turns up now in your cups or in your wands, but I feel like you're going to have help. Like someone is there to confide in. But remember that if there is someone to confide in, you are still the emperor. That person is your vizier. That person can be your wise counsel, but you need to be the one to make the calls and make the decisions. Okay, so let's see. What are you feeling, Capricorn? What do you need to know about your emotional state in June for your highest good? What's going on emotionally and in the relationships of Capricorn in June? Queen of Cups. Whoa. I don't know if you just heard that. There's a clap of thunder and somebody outside in the courtyard went, yeah, which I totally agree with him. Oh, that's great. Okay. And appropriately, as the thunder is rumbling and the water is preparing to come down in crazy Texas, because the weather just cannot figure out what it wants, you have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Water. Did I not say that you have somebody that you can confide in, Capricorn? And that, I could not basically have picked a better person for you to consult out of the deck. The Queen of Cups is a healer. She's compassionate, she is intuitive and sensitive and patient and kind and wise. She's had a lot of experience. She knows what people struggle with, and she can help you see patterns. She's the kind of person, it's like still waters run deep, that you can say something to her, explain a situation, and just by looking in her eyes, you can see that she sees right through it all. She can help you get to the heart of things. She can help you intuitively. This could even be somebody, this could be a friend of yours who gives just wonderful advice and is very compassionate. Or this could be someone the Queen of Cups is often a psychic. So this could be someone that you look to for, well, hello, Isis. Speaking of psychics, this is my magical cat. Okay, one of my many magical cats. Okay, I say many, 3. Isis, I love you. I love you. Back down to the floor. The tower falling appropriately. But my point being, this friend of yours, so friend, or perhaps I was saying maybe a therapist, psychologist, a religious figure, or even someone like a tarot reader. someone astrologer, someone who can help you work through your intuitive and emotional stuff. Okay. So now let's look at what's going on energetically for you in June. What's activating you or lighting you up or setting your heart on fire? What's energizing you in June? What does Capricorn need to know? Their energy for their highest good. I like it. Oh, I like it, especially with Spirit saying that you're going to take that fallen tower and use the bricks to build like a road. The Three of Wands is your ships are coming in, Capricorn. You're going to have a new adventure. Wow. I mean, you've already come so far. You have this experience. You have this vantage point. There was a point to the time that you spent in the tower. You were able to see things from a totally different and high perspective, but now you're ready to be set free. Now it's your life. Now it's yours to build. I love it. I love it. And I really do feel like ships are coming in for some of you and ships are going out for some of you. So some of you are doing literal travel right now and going over the sea. Wow. I say wow because Spirit is drawing my eyes to these wands and then to the fact that this boy is walking with these two wands, basically these two crutches. And in this image, he has the two wands planted behind him. You're done walking with crutches by the end of June. Holy shit, Capricorn. Spirit never fails to amaze me. You are going to be standing on your own 2 feet. This is teaching you. This is teaching you to stand on your own 2 feet. Holy crap, Capricorn. This is like, I was like, damn, this is a heavy reading, but this has turned out to be pretty inspiring and like dynamic. I feel like if you trust yourself and you trust the right people around you, you're going to build something wonderful out of this. Damn. Yeah. You're going to become so much more than what you thought you were. And those things that once felt like crutches and those things that once made you feel ashamed, they're going to become things that blossom and help you get to exactly where you need to be. Everything you've been through, every bit of struggle, every bit of pain has been like emotional and spiritual weightlifting, Capricorn. You are only getting stronger. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for joining me, Capricorn. It's always a pleasure. Capricorns are a particular favorite of mine. Y'all have always ended up being best friends of mine throughout every age and every iteration. I find a Capricorn to connect with. And I would love to hear what you think. If you have questions, if you have comments, let me know down below or find me on social media, which is all linked in the description. I would love to hear any insights you have about, whether this is resonating with you or not. And I really appreciate every like, every comment, every subscribe. Thank you. It really means so much. And I hope this reading serves you very well and that you have a wonderful month and that I see you in July. Bye, Capricorn.